Leaders from Missouri electric cooperatives met in Macon to have a roundtable discussion yesterday with a U.S. Senator. I spoke with Senator Schmitt to learn how the points made by co-ops will make a difference in Washington.
I think it's important to hear from community leaders and the folks with the co-ops about what's actually happening on the ground, particularly in rural Missouri, right? There's a lot of challenges. We need affordable, reliable energy, and taking that input back to Washington and fighting for the state is something is very important to me.
Macon Electric Cooperative was the setting for a meeting between co-op leaders and U.S. Senator Schmitt. During this discussion, Schmitt was able to update Show Me State energy leaders on developments in Congress that are pertinent to both Missouri and the nation. They covered several topics, including the current state of energy, the trend of nuclear use in the private sector, and how to make America energy dominant. Schmitt told me the co-ops made 2 points in particular that stood out to him and could potentially lead to action on Capitol Hill: reducing the spending of government entities like the Environment Protection Agency, or EPA.
I think trying to constrain some of these agencies, some of which people have never heard of, they've just gotten way too powerful and they're not accountable to anybody. So I'm working on, sort of a working group in the Senate to rein them in after an important Supreme Court case that happened this spring.
And creating more usable energy, which he says will lead to reduced prices for consumers.
I also think having energy policy that makes the United States energy dominant will help, whether that's liquefied natural gas or small modular nuclear. We ought to be doing all the above, because if we sort of flood the market with more energy, the cost of everything is going to go down. There's a lot, I think, rules and regulations that get in the way, and it really kind of affects real people, right, when the cost of energy continues to go up, and I think we need to do everything we can to make sure energy is reliable and affordable, and the co-ops play a really important role in that.
Senator Schmitt told me it's important for members of Congress to listen to their respective states, saying there's a reason we have 2 ears and only 1 mouth.
There are different needs in rural Missouri versus sort of in Kansas City or maybe in St. Louis or even Springfield proper, right? There's just sort of different needs, and you want to make sure you're representing the whole state.